Okay, welcome to part two. We are talking about someone from your past that you've fallen out with. Could be um, a relationship, family member, friend, just somebody in your life you had a relationship with. You've had a falling out. You're thinking about them a lot. Either you're wanting them to come back in, or they're wanting to. You're losing sleep over it. You're losing sleep over it because you're avoiding the conflict. Um, with the magician card, that's telling me that it's the master of everything, right? You've got to master this conversation. You've got to do what you have to do to get this out of your system so you're not constantly thinking about it. Um, Justice card, getting the truth. And moving forward, but you're avoiding the conflict here. I think the conflict, in this case, Five of Swords, needs to happen, but it's in reverse, so I think you're avoiding that. And the next card I got was the Six of Pentacles. It's usually like being in a place, like being able to give, or maybe you need help and need to receive, right? But it's in reverse. So I think it's like there's not an even give and take here. There wasn't, you know how relationships are usually, they say it should be 50-50. Hold on, I'm getting a drink of tea. It's usually 50-50. But I feel like there wasn't like an even exchange or even give and take, and that's caused some of the problems here. Maybe that's why you're hesitant to go have this discussion and why you're avoiding the conflict. So, what other advice do we have, Spirit, please? I wish I could shuffle better, y'all. I have horrible shuffling skills. Should just start mixing the cards a little, then pulling one from the top. What other advice do you have, Spirit, please? Are you done with the reading? I usually go for two more and nothing's coming out. There we go. There's that one. All right. Eight of Cups. So yeah, escaping galactic law means a midnight of the soul for Captain Lanerva Lacey. These are the sci-fi cards, that's why it says that. But anyway, Eight of Cups is basically something you've got to walk away from. So I think once you find out this truth about this situation, about this person that you need to have closure with, I think you're going to end up walking away from it. Because if it's not going to be an even give and take and an even exchange, and it's not going to be that kind of relationship where you don't have to avoid the conflict, you can talk and have these tough discussions and everybody being truthful with each other, that's fine. But if you're not going to have that even exchange, you may need to walk away. It's like the dark night of the soul, right? It's like you got to figure the thing out and decide, okay, is it worth holding on to or not? Or should I walk on this dark path, work through this, and move on to the next thing, which could be better. You probably don't see that right now, but you will. I think there'll be some clarity here if you stop avoiding the conflict and have the discussion, because you're already seeing that there wasn't an even give and exchange, and maybe that's part of your boundaries if you do decide to get back together, is to have that exchange. But if not, walk away. What else, Spirit? One more card, please. Boop. Let's see. Got the Queen of Wands in reverse. Hold on just one second. Okay, when I paused it was on 434. So look that angel number up. So I got Queen of Wands in reverse. So with this, I think part of the reason why you're avoiding the conflict is because you feel like you can't be yourself with this person. Maybe this person's a little bit controlling. Maybe this person doesn't like the way your personality is. I mean, sometimes, like, I had an ex that when I tried to act silly with them in public, or with a mutual friend that was with us out in public, this person would get embarrassed for no reason. Like, instead of just laughing along and joking around being silly too, because, just trying to create your own fun, it was kind of like controlling in that way, And then eventually you get to the point where, well, I know I did, where you feel like you can't be yourself, and then you feel like you lose yourself in that situation, because when you're constantly been given that kind of feedback and you feel like you have to control who you are and how you act, and then you get to the point that you just feel like a knot on a log that's not interesting anymore, you're not yourself. I mean, yeah, and I think that's why you're avoiding the conflict, because if you can't be yourself, can't express yourself, and can't organize your thoughts and get them out there, and this person don't want to hear it, or they're kind of controlling, I get that. So, maybe there was some other things that went on here. Maybe there's a fear of rejection of some sort. Maybe there is like other things going on, like a lot of broken promises and things like that. So I can see why you're avoiding the conflict. I mean, if there's not the even give and take, and you can't feel like you don't feel like you can be yourself. I think once the truth comes out and you all get some sort of closure out of this, you may end up just walking away from it, with the Eight of Cups being down here under justice, finding out the truth and weighing the pros and cons. It may be your choice to walk away. I can't tell you what to do, but this is kind of what's coming out, what I'm feeling. This card was on the bottom of the deck when I first started, and it's there again. So we always do that in the upright. It's the Fool. It's usually like take the leap. So in this case, a step into the unknown. Is it genius or is it suicide? So what I'm taking this to mean is, usually it's like take the leap and do the thing and trust yourself, trust your intuition, that kind of thing too. And that could apply here, but I think it's more like, don't avoid the conflict because of these feelings. You're going to have to get these feelings out and confront these things. So I think you're going to have to take the leap and get this done. Get this closure. If that's what it is just closure, then I think it needs to happen. I mean, like I said, you could, if you want to try to patch things up and work through it, you can do that. That's up to you. But yeah, I'm going to pull one more card to clarify with the Carnival cards. Let's see if there's anything else. Spirit, is there anything else? One card, please. Thank you. Mr. Kane. Hold on one second. I still have to look these in the book a little bit. Number 808 when I paused there. Okay, so Mr. Kane is the banker, and it talks about, being fiscally responsible and saving money and being able to help others when you are, when you have abundance, and you may need to ask for help when you need to. And it talks about, and even kind of like give and take, or like, if I owe you something, I got to give it back to you. You know what I'm saying? So with those things, we talked about that. There wasn't an even give and take here, and there needs to be. And this is kind of confirmation of that. And it talks about, saving for the future. But it also says it doesn't have to be financial. It could be spiritual. And I think in this case, it's because you're having the sleepless nights, you're avoiding conflict. You're dealing with the possibility of walking away and getting all the truth, stuff like that. So I think it's more about your peace of mind here. It's like, getting all this stuff out in the open, getting what you need done here, and give yourself some peace of mind, so you can move on. You can start getting rest again. You can start feeling better again. I'm feeling 9/11 on the clock. Feeling better about yourself and about this situation, and get back to that place of being able to give and receive, whether it's with this person or the next person. But yeah, it's about protecting yourself, I think, spiritually, protecting your peace, and putting that in your bank for the future. Because I think once you're done with that, you can heal through the rest of this and move on. And go into something more abundant, go into something better. And then you may meet that person that will give you the give and take. So anyway, I hope this helps. I hope it resonates with you. If it does, take it, but don't leave it. But I'm running out of time, so have a good night. Bye.